And looking back over the years we've been a band, there's one thing that's been pretty consistent. And that's a lot of our songs have been written out of life experience, out of tragedies. I guess the blessing and curse of being a songwriter is my therapy as I write songs about this stuff. So I Can Only Imagine was written after my father passed away with cancer. Homesick was written after my brother-in-law was killed in a car accident when he was 19. Bring the Rain was written after my son, my firstborn Sam, was 2 years old. He was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes. The Hurt and the Healer was written after my cousin, who was like a brother to me. He was a lieutenant firefighter in Dallas that was killed in the line of duty. And I had to stand in front of 3,000 firefighters at his funeral and try to explain to them how God was somehow still in control when I wasn't quite sure myself. And this next song on this latest album kind of falls right in line. It was written while I was having a bad day. I don't know if you can relate to bad days. If you can't, God bless you and your ministry. It's coming. And this particular bad day had to do with my son Sam, the one that was diagnosed with diabetes when he was 2. He's now 16. And we were going to a 6-month checkup just to see how things were going. And I don't remember if the checkup was good or bad. It doesn't really matter. It's just this reminder that our lives revolve around this stupid disease. And so it tends to put my wife and me in this funk for the rest of the day. So we were leaving the doctor's office and ran into a good friend of ours, this godly woman. She could tell that we were having a hard time. And so kind of as a distraction, she was like, "Tell me more about Sam's diabetes. I don't know much about it." So we kind of flipped it on autopilot, started rattling off all these statistics we've learned over the 14 years that Sam's had this illness. Somewhere along the way, she interrupted me and she was like, "You know what? We are gonna pray for a healing." Now, that ticked me off. I didn't tell her that, I'm not a jerk. She meant well. I just put on my little church face and was like, God is good. All the time. I was having a bad day. What I wanted to say was, really, what a novel concept that a father might pray that his son be healed. That has never crossed my mind. Thank you for showing me the way. I'll be Dad of the Year from here on out. I was having a bad day. I feel like I've prayed for my son to be healed every second for the last 14 years. And I don't know what the thorn in Paul's flesh was, but sometimes I think mine is knowing that God can heal him, but he won't. And that can make for some pretty bad days. Days where you doubt, where I get angry, overwhelmed with anxiety. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, the owl's here. Look at this. Put the spot over that way. Put the spotlight right there. That owl has been sitting in that corner all day, freaking us out. If that thing lands on me, I'm screaming like a little girl. I'm just telling you right now. I'll be running into the crowd, throwing my arms. Oh dear Lord, here it goes. They're taking pictures with it. Oh my gosh, what is about to happen? Lord, be with the owl. You know what? I don't even know what I was talking about. That was the first time in 24 years that an owl landed on stage. Thank you. Congratulations for seeing that. My point was, if we're all honest, we've been there. It feels like the bottom is falling out and things don't seem to be going our way. And sometimes we try to candy coat things to where it's all going to be just fine, but to be honest, there are days when it is not fine. And you know what? That's okay. He's got broad shoulders last time I checked. And I'll tell you, there will be a million times in my life when I forget who I am in Christ, but I promise you, he will never forget me. And the thing that allows me to sleep okay at night is remembering that my relationship with Christ has never been based on how I feel. Because if it did, I better die on a good day. As far as my son, Sam's concerned, we just decided, you know what? He's going to change the world as a diabetic. And that's okay. And if he chooses to heal him one day, I will rejoice like no one has rejoiced before. If Sam remains a diabetic, I will still rejoice. And this song is not an excuse to say that we've been dealt a bad hand or God has overlooked us. That is not what this song is about at all. This is a reminder that if God were to go silent and never do another amazing thing in my life, he is still my greatest hope. He has to remain on his throne. Otherwise, we are absolutely hopeless. And so I say this as my reminder. I've been married for 20 years. I have 5 amazing kids. My middle son, God bless him, he's just like me. His name's Charlie. He's incredibly handsome. Hey. And he has severe ADHD like his dad. So he told me one night, he's like, Dad, I think I know why you do what you do for a living. I was like, this ought to be good. He said, if you didn't sing about it every night, you'd forget. Touche. So consider this my daily reminder. This goes out to anyone who's ever had a bad day. They say sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Right now I'm losing bad. We've stood on this stage night after night, reminding the broken it'll be alright. But right now, oh right now I just can't. It's easy to say when there's nothing to bring me down. But what will I say when I'm held to the flame like I am right now? I know you're able and I know you can save through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope in you alone. They say it only takes a little faith to move a mountain. Good faith, 'cause little faith is all I have right now. God, when you choose to leave mountains unmovable, oh, give me the strength to be able to say it.
sky.